Hi there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I like community poetry the first Wednesday of every month. During this time, I am sharing with you a couple of poems. Usually I would do it from a newly released book. I am actually sharing poetry with you from an upcoming book. I'm going to share with you two pieces, count them two, from the CyberWit 2023 poetry book that is titled Testament. I have a tentative cover, and that's all I can show you for it. This first one that I'd like to share with you is from section 1, and it's all about post-Roe v. Wade writings. This is titled Xing Out Lives. A male misogynistic co-worker, and I'll make the money while she raises my kids in my house kind of guy, knew a woman from out of state in a really abusive relationship after she discovered she was pregnant from a boyfriend who terrified her, refusing to wear a condom, who would say she's stupid enough to get pregnant. She had to terminate the pregnancy before the boyfriend found out. So this male misogynistic co-worker asked if she could stay at our home for a few days while recovering. Of course she could, and of course we would. We welcomed her, gave her whatever space she needed to physically and mentally recover. It broke our heart when she felt bad that she bled. Don't worry about that. Worry about you. And it broke my heart that me, the stranger, couldn't just wrap my arms around her and tell her everything would be okay. But the one thing we did notice about our male misogynistic coworker is that after we helped her, after he saw what being a male misogynist could do, how it could break a human being so, he began to understand the potential error of his ways. He was changed. And I'm woe to say it only came after seeing the culmination of Xing Out Lives that changed him. Whose life is worth Xing out, people ask. And this is the balancing act we all perform. For this one man, maybe the true fear of one woman, her fear of being X'd out by man, meant it was necessary for her to X out something before it became life. Karma works in funny ways, where one woman is almost destroyed so a man could see salvation. You've heard the references before. A butterfly flaps its wings in Tibet and a rainforest burns in Brazil. Or after one woman is raped, she learns to make life better for all women. Maybe I saw it here in my no longer misogynistic man, or for him to see the light, as it were, and truly understand which lives are really worth saving. That was one poem out of many in part 1 of the CyberWit 2023 poetry book out next year that is titled Testament. I'm trying to show the cover. You can't really show it, but it's not a book yet, but this is just the tentative cover taken inside of a building that is actually the custom building in New Orleans, Louisiana, I believe. But I wanted to share with you one thing that is in this book that is actually an editorial. So, community poetry. Sometimes I share micro-prose. I'm going to share this to close out this reading for you guys from this book. This was an editorial that was written on the 4th of July. I told people on the 3rd of July to have a happy 4th. And one poet said she wasn't celebrating, she was protesting. Now, I know the Supreme Court heard all womankind overturning Roe v. Wade, but July 4th in America is a holiday about separating ourselves when we broke free from a tyrannical rule so that we can say what we want, we can broadcast injustices, and there'd be no state-imposed religion. Now that I say that, I realize our rights are being taken away explicitly because of religion. And I think about the gallantry of the annual fireworks, and then of how fascist dictators use pageantry to get the masses in line and feel that nationalism. But I'm infuriated by the overturning of Roe v. Wade. I do understand that it was legal when this country was founded, and that any rights not outlined by our national government should be left to the states, which forces me to understand this overturning. But a woman's right to choose was something this country shouldn't take away. I'm just afraid that with the over-religious nature of over half of the states, that more and more people will lose more and more of their basic rights. Pre-law students plan to boycott law schools in states with banned abortions. Some students fear going to college in red states after the overturning of Roe v. Wade. Press polls released on Independence Day show parents with kids going to colleges in states like Texas, they're telling their kids that they won't pay tuition for them to attend school in a state that is so suppresses restricting women's rights. I hear all this when the temperature is 101 degrees outside. Not unlike the room that possesses all your worst fears. Room 101. Does fiction become reality when people living in the past want to take rights away from women? I hear news reports of 10-year-old girls who have been raped who might not get to a less restrictive state, with judges forcing them to keep what is growing inside of them until it becomes a child, not unlike them. And this child then has to raise something that came because of horror and eventually also ignorance. This is what this country is slowly becoming. Well, happy Independence Day. Maybe one day women can get their rights back. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that was a bit of editorial. It's otherwise a poetry book that is going to be from 2023 from CyberWit.press that is titled Testament. Let me show you that cover as big as I can. It's really hard to see it here on these screens. I apologize, but you'll be able to see it online when it's coming. But I'm giving you guys a preview of this book. I hope you guys enjoy it. And it's in honor of Community Poetry, which was at Half Price Books in North Austin. I hope everyone is remaining safe. I hope everyone is remaining creative. I hope everyone has been vaccinated who can be vaccinated, and stay creatively strong. Thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting the cause, and I look forward to talking to each and every one of you very, very soon. Thank you all so very much. Thank you.